So I'm going to push down super actively through the great toe. Now when people do that, they're going to find a lot more energization in the inseam of the leg and even the front of the leg. Hi gang, Denise here, and this is Pose of the Week, and this pose was requested by Elizabeth. And what we're doing is balancing warrior, or warrior D, sometimes it's called. So I'm going to begin at the front of my mat, slightly bend my knees, load my leg that's going to stay at the front, lift my other foot, and then I'll take a step back. You do want your feet on separate tracks for this one, and it is different than Warrior 1, which people actually struggle with, so this is a good alternative. So for this balancing warrior, Warrior D, we still want to work with a monkey foot on the front foot. We still want to energize down through the heel too, dial the knee out, tuck the hip back. But then the big difference comes in the back leg. So we're more in a pure extension position with this back hip. And I'm working with my toes. So you can see that my toes, that position of my toes right now, that's called extension. So I'm extending my toes. And what I've been working with in my class is really getting my students to energize down into the great toe itself. A lot of times we talk about the forefoot and we're talking about the roots of the toes, but we need to use the toes too, especially the great toe, because it's so important to all kinds of other connections in the body, especially the foot to core connection. So I'm going to push down super actively through the great toe. Now when people do that, they're going to find a lot more energization in the inseam of the leg and even the front of the leg. And if you've had knee issues, you might want to let your knee bend ever so slightly even while you press down through that great toe, okay? So please go by the sensation in your own body for that. You have to respect that. If your body's totally fine with it, you can fully straighten the knee, but a micro bend in the knee is not a bad idea. Then we want to look at what happens to the hip, because again, sometimes if you straighten the knee, your pelvis wants to spill forward. And then in that case, it would be better to bend the knee slightly so that you can keep the pelvis upright. All right, and then it's not so much about how low you go, but how active you can remain here. So you can do some different arm things. You can bring the palms together, similar to what we would do in Warrior 1. I also like to bring hands to the back of the head and press the head into the hands and the hands back into my head. And of course, we're still pulling up on the pubic bone, creating integrity in the front body. All right, when it's time to come out of it, we'll just lean into the front leg and step to the front of the mat. And then you can take the other side. So remember, we're leaning into the front leg, taking a step back, our feet are on different tracks, pure extension at this hip, monkey foot here, draw your hip back, and then great toe is going to be super active here. Adjust the knee position. That is ideal for you. Go by your own sensation. And then just start pull up on the pubic bone to create that front body integrity. And then if you're really enjoying yourself, make sure you lift the corners of your mouth and enjoy to the fullest. Thanks so much for joining me for Pose of the Week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.